In the wild, untamed land where shadows stretched long and the air was thick with the scent of damp earth and decay, two men embarked on a journey that would lead them into the depths of a haunting legend. Leo Vinci, a young man with the kind of handsome features that could turn heads and break hearts, walked alongside his guardian, Horace Holly, whose grim demeanor spoke of a life filled with knowledge and sorrow. They were drawn by the allure of an ancient letter, a whisper from the past that promised adventure and the chance to uncover the secrets of a lost kingdom ruled by a woman of unimaginable power and beauty. Her name was Ayesha, known in hushed tones as she who must be obeyed. As they traversed the treacherous jungles, crossed perilous rivers, and climbed jagged mountains, the landscape itself seemed to conspire against them. The dense foliage concealed dangers lurking in the shadows, while the cacophony of wildlife created a symphony of unease. Yet the promise of Ayesha's kingdom spurred them onward, each step resonating with the thrill of the unknown. The air grew heavier with anticipation, and the very ground beneath their feet felt charged with the weight of history. Finally, they stood before the ruins of Kor, a city that had long since surrendered to time and nature. The crumbling structures loomed like the bones of a forgotten giant, and the silence that enveloped them was palpable, broken only by the distant rustle of leaves and the echo of their footsteps. It was here that they encountered a tribe, their faces etched with fear and reverence as they spoke of Ayesha. The flickering flames of their campfires cast eerie shadows, illuminating their wide eyes filled with a mix of worship and dread. Then Ayesha appeared, a vision that defied the boundaries of reality. Her beauty was otherworldly, a radiant glow that seemed to emanate from her very being. Pale skin glistened in the dim light, and hair cascaded like dark silk, framing a face that bore an ageless quality. Her eyes, deep and burning with an intensity that could pierce through the soul, held a magnetic pull that ensnared Leo's heart. In her presence, time itself felt suspended, as if the world outside the ruins had ceased to exist. Ayesha's voice was soft, a melodic whisper that danced around them like a seductive breeze. Yet beneath the sweetness lay an undeniable command, a promise of power and desire that could not be ignored. She regarded Leo with a gaze that spoke of centuries of longing, claiming she had waited for him, convinced that he was the reincarnation of her lost love, Callicrates. Her words dripped with a mix of affection and obsession, revealing the depths of her madness. It was a love that had festered over the years, growing into something fierce and unyielding. As she reached out to Leo, her touch was both gentle and possessive, a caress that ignited a fire within him. The allure of her promise was intoxicating, a heady blend of desire and fear that made him question his own will. Horace, ever the protector, sensed the danger lurking beneath Ayesha's enchanting facade. He tried to shield Leo from her influence, but the young man was ensnared, captivated by the beauty and power that radiated from her like a siren's song. Ayesha led them deeper into the heart of Kor, through winding passages that whispered secrets of the past. The air grew warmer, thick with an energy that felt alive. They arrived at a chamber where a mystical fire burned, the flame of life. It flickered with a brilliance that seemed to pulse with its own heartbeat, a force that promised immortality. Ayesha's eyes glimmered with a mix of longing and desperation as she urged Leo to step into the flame, to embrace the eternal life she had once tasted. But before he could respond, Ayesha, in an act of devotion and desperation, stepped into the fire herself, a demonstration meant to reassure him of its safety. For a brief moment, the chamber filled with light, illuminating her figure in a halo of brilliance. Yet as quickly as it began, it turned dark. The flame, instead of renewing her, consumed her. The radiant beauty that had captivated Leo began to wither, her skin crumbling like parchment, her hair turning to ash. The ageless woman he had seen moments before transformed into a frail, ancient figure, a haunting reminder of the price of obsession. As Ayesha crumbled to dust before their eyes, the weight of her love and madness hung heavy in the air. Leo and Horace stumbled back, their hearts pounding with horror and disbelief. The reality of what they had witnessed settled in, a tragic end to a tale that had promised so much. They left the ruins of Kor, shaken and haunted, the echoes of Ayesha's voice still resonating in their minds. A ghostly reminder of the beauty that had once been and the darkness that lay beneath. In the days that followed, Leo found himself unable to escape the memory of Ayesha. Her voice lingered in his dreams, calling to him from beyond the veil of death. The image of her beauty, both intoxicating and terrifying, haunted him. He had glimpsed the depths of her obsession, the tragic flaw that had led to her demise. Yet the allure of her power and the promise of eternity remained a tantalizing whisper in the back of his mind. Ayesha, the beautiful and terrifying woman who had sought to defy the very nature of existence, became a haunting presence. A spectre that would forever linger in the shadows of Leo's thoughts. He had ventured into the wild land seeking adventure, but what he found was a lesson in the dangers of desire. The tragic consequences of love twisted by obsession, and the haunting reminder that some beauty is best left undisturbed, buried within the ruins of time.